Hi and welcome to the first oyster stamp design team blog hop. This is the first time we've done this, so please be patient with us. We're going to have a blog hop over the next few days. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and it finishes on Wednesday. And we're going to be showcasing the cut, fold and tuck dies. You can see 4 of them in the background there that we're going to be using. The dies that we're going to use are Carnival Dream, Angle Approach, Spectacular Spin and Floral Burst. This is what you get with Floral Burst. That's the large die, that's the medium die, and that's the little tiny one. Whoops. The next 3 are the ones that you get with Spectacular Spin. These are Angle Approach, and finally we've got Carnival Dream. Now, as you can see, this one, the large one, has been cut using cardstock that actually had a pattern on one side, and then I've stenciled through the openings on the actual die, and then done the fold, the tuck and fold afterwards. And that's been done the opposite way around, with the printed side uppermost, so the plain side's on the back. What you can also do is you can use scrapbook paper. So that's scrapbook paper that's got spots on one side, plain on the other side, and that's the effect that you get with that. So you don't have to do anything else. But a nice idea that Becca Feakin came up with was to use it in this way, and this way was to actually stamp a design on one side. So I used that large, quite heavily patterned sort of damask stamp with teal archival ink, and then I sponged the teal archival ink through on the other side. I've used it lighter on that edge, and then I've used it darker just in the centre. So that's using those 2 things. Just a different way of doing. Now you can see there's lots and lots of them on the table, and at the back that was a piece of cardstock that I used to cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. That's made possible because I'm using the grand calibre, and I always think it's advantageous to use that because then you've only one pass to do and you've got quite a few. But what I did was I actually used some wax paper. So I got the cardstock, I put the wax paper down, and then I put my dies on top. And that way it made for a much quicker release, because they're quite intricate to these dies and they've lots and lots of little bits. And these are all the little bits that the die cuts have made of the wax. But these can easily be popped back into your dies You can pop that back in and use it again. You can use it over and over and over again until it actually becomes quite tatty. This is one that I've just not popped out, as you can see, and now you can see just how easy, because of the wax paper, it comes out. You do actually need to just use your pokey tool to release the wax paper, but once you've just released it, off it comes and off into your pile, and you're left with your dye. You've got to remember though, if you're using wax paper, that if you're going to do some stenciling, you're going to put some colour through, you do need to remove the wax paper, because you're just going to get it onto your actual wax paper. So what you can do is, you can pop it back in, piece of foam or whatever it is you want to use, cosmetic sponge, a baby wipe, gives you a slight different effect, providing it's not too wet. No, mine are very, very wet at the moment, so I'd have to leave them right a little bit to dry if I was going to use them. But I'm just quickly popping some colour on. I'll probably spend more time on it. That will just wipe off with the baby wipe, it won't harm it at all. And there you've got it. So then you'll find that you've got all these pieces that you can actually fold. What I like to do is I like to just go around it to begin with and just loosen them up and make sure that they're going to pop up quite easily. I find this easier because then the tuck bit doesn't get in the way for something that I'm going to do in a moment. I should have done it on a small one, and then wouldn't have taken me as long to get round to show you. But these things are sent to triers sometimes. You just have to be patient with me. Now this was an idea from Becca Feakin again, that she uses a credit card. Now if I was using it on the floral burst one, which is, whoops, that one, I don't think I'd bother quite as much, but certainly on this one I do think it's a good idea to pop your credit card in and give it a push. You don't have to do it. You may be better at folding it over than what I am, but it gives you a nice, sharp, crisp edge where you're actually folding. It doesn't take a minute to do it. And if you're making a card, don't you think it's worth spending a bit of time on it? Right, so I've gone round and I just tuck that underneath, fold that over the top. You see what I'm doing? I'm tucking that one underneath, folding it over. Tuck, fold, 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 and so on until I get right back to the very, very beginning. And then I've got a piece of card that's ready for me to embellish in some way or another, whether it's to put the next size die on top of it, pop dot it, or whether it's to use a totally different one, because you don't have to stick necessarily to the one that you're actually, to the set that you're actually using. So it's quite a good idea to buy all the sets and then you can mix and match them as you want, because some of them match up really, really well with others. And there we are. Just pop those up, a little bit of added interest. And there you've got it. Now, as I say, you can put anything you want on, so you could add something like that, or you could add something like that. You could have a totally contrasting colour, and I'm looking now to see what else we've got. Here we are. got that greeny one. We've got a tiny black one, black and white one. We've got a middle-sized black and white one that'll probably actually look a bit too big. Oh, I don't know. I mean, you could sort of go on and on with your pop dots until you've got quite a nice depth coming up. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to follow the blog hop and go around and see what somebody's done. Linda's doing hers tomorrow, Saturday. So Linda will be showcasing her work on Saturday, and then you'll follow on from Linda's until you've gone through the whole design team, ending up on Wednesday. Now I've still got to make a card for mine, so I better get cracking and hurry up. But in the meantime, I'll show you what I've done already. That's my napkin ring, which I thought would look nice as a napkin at the side of your placemat. And all that it is it's one of those dies. It's just a simple band of black cardstock with a piece of ribbon round. Roll the napkin up, pop it through, and there you are. And to help with this table setting, I've made a candle drip tray. So there you are, you've got a candle and you've got a matching napkin ring. You could even go to the extent of making your own placemats with just a piece of A4 card and with one of those in the corner, or a cluster of those in the corner, or a swirl of them coming down one side. There's lots and lots of different things that you could do. Your imagination can just take off. But as you can see, that is just simply that die, a plain circle, and then a scalloped circle. That's all that is, that one is. And what I did with that was, that one, isn't it? I just snipped to make a flange so that that candle could just sit in it, so that there's just a little flange to sit there to hold onto that candle. And then another idea was, and this would be ideal I think for a child's party, but I've used a picture of George in it, and George, I'm sorry if you think it's a little bit childish for someone of your age, and Tom, I'm sorry if you're upset that I used George's photograph, but maybe people who don't know which is which won't know which twin it is. But I made a little rosette, and I thought that could be fun for a children's party. You could have a number in the middle with the child's age on, and you could pop those in the party bags, or you could have a photograph of the child popped in. But there you are. So that's like a little party setting that could be used. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll link everybody on my blog, and I'll also put a link to Amazing Grace, and which is Becca's, who told me about the stamping on one side and also about the credit card. And I'll put another link to Cindy's YouTube video, because Cindy's done a card using one of these dies, but she's also used another die behind which she's linked together, which I thought was an absolutely brilliant idea. So that's something for you to search for, and you better look round. Okay, thanks for staying with us, and do remember to carry on with this blog hop Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Thank you. Bye.